So to take part in the election or not, we'll find out from the NPP. We're joined in the studio by Mr. Frederick Green. He's a constituency secretary for the New Patriotic Party in the Ablekuma North constituency. He's here to discuss the party's firm stance against participating in Friday's proposed rerun by the Electoral Commission in 19 of the polling stations within the constituency. Mr. Green, thank you for your time and welcome to Channel One Newsroom.
Thank you so much, Vivian.
Now, the decision to boycott after a legal challenge and consultations with the party's National Executive Committee, to what extent were constituency executives and your parliamentary candidate involved in this decision?
Yeah, thank you very much, Vivian. Let me use this platform to extend my greetings to my constituents, especially the Member of Parliament-elect, whether we like it or not. Nanaike was your free. You recall that on the 2nd of July, the Electoral Commission led by the Deputy Commissioner, Samuel Tete, came out to say that, yes, there's going to be some 19 polling stations that are going to go under elections in Ablekuma North. But we thought the matter was with the court, and for that matter, we should follow due process. At the end of the day, we just woke up from our beds and we realized that we need to go into an election. They claim, yes, an IPAC meeting was called. Yeah. We went for that meeting, but we stood on our grounds to reject the decision
at that
to go
meeting, there was no end that we are going with this, or the EC said we'll go with it, but you said we don't agree, and
yes.
then you all left.
Yes, so our representative in the meeting clearly stated that we are not going to be part. Okay. And even if we will be part, the date is too short. That's okay. One, having in mind that we have our national conference on the 18th to the 20th. Okay. How do we then prepare ourselves to go into a rerun?
Okay, so there were two things. You wouldn't go for it, and if you go for it, you wanted more time.
That was one, and even it's not even supposed to be the 19 police stations. We are talking about 3 police stations.
Yes.
Where from the 19 police stations?
Okay.
This is what we are asking.
Okay.
And for that matter, we have seen that the EC and then the current administration is doing everything possible to, press us so tight in the corner side that we feel we can't take part in the election because this is not fair to us.
Right. So you're boycotting on Friday.
Yes, absolutely.
Some say that boycotting is not a good way to go because the EC is going to go ahead to do the election, and then there will be a winner. And if you boycott and you lose, because there'll be another person going, it's not a good one for you. You've lost another seat.
Whichever way, we are still waiting for the court. I know we are going to the court tomorrow to get a determination from the High Court. So tomorrow, I'm strongly believing that the court will do us the honors by injuncting this illegality that is about to happen on Friday.
What if the court doesn't tomorrow? What happens?
Yeah,
will you go for the rerun on Friday?
We have stated clearly, Vivian, we have won this election per our internal generated figures. Okay, we started from somewhere. In fact, we started from 281, we collected to 261, then to 278. We know that we are left with 3 polling stations. Even the 19 that they have stated that we are going to have a rerun on, you could clearly see that this is a planting. When you look at the 3 that EC declared that, okay, these are the 3 that we are going to call it on, there are some polling stations within the 3 that is not captured in the 19 polling stations. So where are they? Where are the 19 polling stations coming from? So, we've seen that this is a clear way of robbing the NPP. And I'm glad the General Secretary of the party has stated clearly and emphatically that we are not taking part. And by this, also sitting here, telling the good people of Ablekuma North that we are not taking part of this election because we believe and we feel we've won. We have the 19 polling stations that they claim we are going to rerun on. We have the pink sheet. we can submit it any day, any time for collation. Why the rerun?
Right. Now, if you look at the election data, that is your stronghold.
All of them, absolutely. About 16, 17 of them is our stronghold.
So go for it.
Why do we go for it? Then it means we are setting a bad precedent. And this is the reason why we don't want to be involved in this. Let me tell you, when Bawumia realized that he lost the election, he came out in less than 24 hours to say, listen, we have lost the election. There's nothing we can do about it. That was very peaceful. Kwame Kwabena, similar thing happened. We also realized that we had lost. There was nothing we could do. So we gave it out. So why are you still clinging on to this one seat that you know from 1998 till today, NDC has never won Ablekuma North? So why this time? Why this time?
Now, some people believe that your leaders were slow to reacting or jumping onto this issue when it started, because this was one of the constituencies that ended up at the coalition center at the time and all that. And by the time the party or the leaders jumped onto it, it had already blown up.
NPP, you've known us always to be a very calm party, and I mean some personalities, especially with Ablekuma North, we didn't believe in the chaotic nature of this process, because from day one, their thugs and vigilante groups invaded the coalition center, and they kept beating us. I was beaten, my car was spoiled and everything. And the agents that were supposed to have accounted for their pink sheets, they were being beaten. And that's how come we have issues with the pink sheets. But I thank God that is not our pink sheet. It was the EC's own pink sheet, because the EC's returning officers were to go and account for their pink sheet. Then the NDCs beat them mercilessly at the coalition center, tore the sheets apart. Now I'm telling you, this thing is no news, because Ghanaians know it. You've seen it on televisions. You've seen how the NDC, in fact, somewhere on the 17th January, the EC came out to have a press conference saying that the NDC is vandalizing their properties and invading at their regional coalition center. It came out. Recently, EC was summoned to Parliament. And what did they say? It's so clear. Let us go back to the court and try to fulfill what the court directed.
Right. But the same EC says it's okay to run these 19 polling stations. The EC that you're crying for, worried for, says, okay, no problem. My people cannot verify these ones that you have, so let's go to the polls.
Okay, and the same EC, what did the same EC said when they appeared before before Parliament?
They said 3, but now they've come back to say 19.
So what is happening? So what's happening? It tells us that for me, EC can never be a credible organization for me, and I'm just sorry to say this. It is just as it is. They can't be. And you see, which powers does the EC have to declare a rerun? We know that it is only a court of competent jurisdiction that can declare. It is nowhere in the Constitution. Even in the PNDC law, it is not there. It is nowhere in the CIs 127. It is not there. Yeah. The only institution that can boldly say, let's go for a rerun is the court. And the court has not said that. Why do you then come up and say we should go for a rerun?
Okay.
The MPP is firm on this, and we are only asking the court, we are only asking EC that let's stick with the 3. If you want us to go for elections on the 3, we can compromise. You understand? But how did they come about the 19 police stations in the first place?
But during the meetings, I'm sure they
explained. No, because what I'm telling you is
19.
that we've collated from 281 all the way to 3. Everybody knows in the news and in Ghana
yes,
that
but they say they can't work with that, so they're going to do the 19. And the meetings, they explained why. So just move on and go to the
When we
polls.
collated to 261, I remember vividly, that was where the challenges started. And they called the representatives of the MPP, same of the NDC and the EC agent, and we were all there. So we were authenticating the sheets by verifying from our database from these 2 parties, and that is how come we moved from there to 3, and then we came to 278.
Okay, so it's been we've been following this. It's been a long ride.
Exactly.
But let me ask you 3 final questions. My time is up. The first one, you're going back to court tomorrow. You're expecting an injunction. If you don't get that, what next?
If we don't get that, I strongly believe we're going to get it.
If you don't.
Yeah, because there's already an application over there to compel. You remember it came up that the court compelled EC to go ahead with the coalition of these 4 outstanding constituencies. I think that was Ablekuma North, Okaikwe's Central, Techiman South, and those constituencies.
So you're positive you're getting a green light tomorrow from the court?
Definitely.
Secondly, how is this whole thing affecting the supporters and the constituents in the constituency, being a constituency secretary?
It is very difficult and a challenging moment, I must say. Looking at the way, and I want to applaud our leader. She's fought so hard and she's been very resolute. In all this, even the constituency executive, we have not incited people to come out and cause mayhem. This tells you how we respect democracy and the rule of law. But it has not been easy. From December 7th to now, about 6 months without a representation in Parliament is the worst thing every constituency will think it should happen to them.
Right. We wish you well. We'll be in court tomorrow and see how it goes and see what you do next if the court doesn't grant you what you're looking for.
Thank you very much.
But thank you so much, Mr.
You,
Frederick Green. He's a constituency secretary of the New Patriotic Party in the Ablekuma North constituency.